Hey guys, Retro Reviews here again with another Transformers video review, and this time I figured I might as well get the chance to get some of these Age of Extinction guys reviewed. So to start off, I'm going to go ahead and do the Amazon exclusive Optimus Prime first edition figure. So as you can see here, it is Optimus Prime based off of his brand new Western Star concept truck, and not a bad truck mode for this toy, at least. As you can see, we've got a chrome grille, and only the front portion of his bumper. These parts are painted silver, and the Western Star logo across the side is chromed. And then, unfortunately, there's not enough chrome on the truck mode. In my opinion, I feel like it would be better if the sun visor and the gas tanks and the smokestacks, as well as the side steps, would have been chromed as well. But that's just a matter of my personal preference. We do have some pretty nice wheels with Autobot logos on them. If my camera will focus on the wheel. There we go. Yep. And actually rubber tires on this too. So that's a plus. And yeah, as you can see, they're just kind of pegged on with those pressure pegs, like kind of knockoff-ish toys will do, and what actually Transformers have been doing as of lately for their wheels. So yep, there's that. Very nice paint detailing on it with the flames. Actually, the flames being more accurate to the to how they appear in the movie, as versus all the other later class Prime figures not having the flames painted all too accurately. And real quick size comparison: the Revenge of the Fallen mold Optimus Prime leader class truck that we've all known to grow into and love. This is the Revenge of the Fallen, or Dark of the Moon Jet Power Optimus Prime figure. I have my Revenge of the Fallen in robot mode for obvious reasons we'll get to in a minute, but as you see, pretty nice scale-wise. But unfortunately does not scale very well with the other Transformers for the Age of Extinction line. Here he is. I couldn't find him for a second. There he is with the High Octane Bumblebee, which we'll get to a video review in a minute. And as you can see, hugely oversized compared to what the actual differences would be to a 67 Camaro. So anyways, he does have weapon storage. As you can see, we can store his Sword of Judgment underneath, and also his Sentinel shield can actually plug in to the trailer hitch and store just like that, which, in all honesty, not too thrilling. So go ahead and take these weapons off. Now to start transforming them. If you already know the nature of the first edition toy, very simple transformation. What we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to take the gas tanks right here and unpeg them and rotate it forward. And I gotta loosen up my tripod a bit so I can get it to move how I want it to. Ooh, wrong way. Gonna need to get that moved up a bit, and yeah, so rotate that up, and then take the top of the cab and fold it all the way back, and it will clip on and lock the back wheels in place. And now you can already see his chest and him already just up in there. Next, what I've figured out doing is we got to move these back, but in order to do that, they lock in right here and into his chest. So to start off with moving the panels back, what I've found out is rotate the legs down just a little bit and it'll clear that big peg out of the way. And then you can fold this back around and collapse it in on itself. And then do the same on this side. And we have that. And go ahead and rotate the legs all the way up, all the way down. And separate them. And I got fly buzzing around me right now. And then take this piece, rotate it down, and then fold this panel in, and then it collapses in on itself. And then free up the foot. Do the same on the other side as well. And then stand him up. Next, come up here and rotate his arms around and clip them in. And fold up his chest and lock it into place. And then fold his arms down. And then fold his codpiece down. And there we have Age of Extinction, first edition Optimus Prime, transformed and in his robot mode. Yeah, not too thrilling of a transformer. As you can see, he does hold a lot of his vehicle mode parts off of his body. Not really going anywhere to do anything, really, for a transformation. Which is a little bit disappointing, but not too bad. Go ahead and take a look at some of his details. He does have a very nicely sculpted head sculpt, though, with blue light piping in the back at least, and which is not really showing off all too well on my camera. Very scuffed up chrome plastic up here now, which has been painted with blues and reds to break up the chrome look and make him look a little bit more, a little bit less just like a chromed out mess. So we have that. And then he's got these big chunks here, obviously from vehicle kibble. He's got a lot of vehicle kibble, as I've already stated. And posability wise, his head is on a swivel so he can rotate back and forth. His shoulders are ratcheted, very light ratchets though, and they're ratcheted for forward and backward movement as well as outward movement right there, which is not too bad. Double hinged elbows solely for the transformation, no wrist articulation, no waist articulation. However, the legs are ratcheted for forward and backward and in and out movement, and knees are ratcheted, and then the feet are on a ball joint, but with all the kibble in the way, there's not really much you can do with that. And his weapons, we do have his Sentinel shield, which is, in all honesty, just this really big piece of translucent yellow rubbery plastic. So he could go ahead and plug that onto his arm, and then take his Sword of Judgment and then slide that into his hand. And then we can go ahead and pose him up into anything that we can really get him into. The pose I like is kind of have him with the shield up front and him holding his sword back in a defensive position. That figure. So as you can see, not a lot you can do with him, and it's kind of a little bit disappointing. And real quick, here we're gonna have my Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime, my custom painted Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime, to show size comparison between the two. Whoa. And yeah, as you can see, about the same size. This guy boasts that he's over 10 inches tall on the instructions, and his robot mode is about 10 inches tall, but his backpack does give him a lot more bulk than he needs. Like, if they could have incorporated all this mass into his actual vehicle, into his actual robot mode, it would end up looking a lot better, in my opinion. But, yeah. Now, so yeah, Age of Extinction, first edition, Amazon exclusive, Optimus Prime. Is he worth getting? Not really. Considering Amazon's retail price is $60 for this figure, and you're getting a leader class size figure that is decked out in way too much chrome in his robot mode, as you can see with the thighs and the chest and the upper shoulders being chromed out and throwing off my white balance all to hell. For getting a very basic shell former at this size, it does feel really knockoff-ish. And $60 does not really complement this figure. And in fact, I would only recommend buying this figure if you're a completionist, if you're going for every single Age of Extinction toy. He doesn't really classify with the Generations Age of Extinction figures so much. Like, in all honesty, he doesn't classify with them at all, so it's just like, he's in his own classification. He's not in the Robots in Disguise line, he's not in the Generations line, he is just his own. And, Target does have a repaint of this as the Silver Knight Optimus Prime. And basically both of them just the same thing, just duller colors in my opinion for the Target exclusive version. So if you actually do want to get this guy, I'm not going to stop you. By all means, if you actually want him, go ahead. But if you were waiting for leader class Optimus Prime to come out when these guys were getting ready to get released, it would be best to wait for leader class, which I will show off in a completely different review. And anyways, this has been Ratchet Reviews. I hope you guys liked this video review, and I'll see you again next time.